Over $1.6 billion was spent on October 25th in Dubai as the BCCI accepted bids for the two new franchises that are set to be introduced in the next season of the Indian Premier League. While the addition of the two new teams and the format isn't something new, it is the influx of the money that the two new teams are going to bring in is something that is never heard of. The BCCI announced ahead of the second leg of the IPL 2021 in UAE that two new franchises will now be joining the IPL starting from 2022 season. And after a bidding war between 9 respectful bidders, the RPSG group owned by Sanjeev Goenka and the Irelia group won the bids for Lucknow and Ahmedabad respectively.
The Indian Premier League is all set to welcome two new teams to the IPL family. One would be Team Lucknow, making space for the expansive Hindi heartland stage to be represented in the tournament, and the other of Ahmedabad, home to world's biggest cricket stadium and known for having given Team India some of its finest cricketers. RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, previous owners of rising Pune Supergiant, backed the Lucknow-based franchisee for its highest bid at 7,090 crores. The other big winner of the day was CVC Capital, who will be proud owners of Team Ahmedabad. The group placed the second winning bid of a whopping 5,200 crore rupees. The two groups emerged the highest bidders ahead of 7 others. The group's chairperson RP Sanjeev Goenka was elated after winning the bid, looking forward to build a strong team. The decision to bid for an IPL team has long been on the cards. The two substantial purchases giving BCCI a windfall gain of nearly 13,000 crore rupees. With a total of 10 teams in this year's IPL season, the tournament will prove to be a grand platform for budding domestic cricketers and international cricketing greats.
Here's a detailed insight into these new IPL teams and what these teams also bring to the table. In what will be seen as a watershed moment in the business of cricket, two corporate giants RP Sanjeev Goenka of the RPSG and CVC Capital Partners of the Irelia company, that is PTE Limited, have a bid of a staggering sum of money running over $1.6 billion to buy the two new IPL franchises. On Monday, at a walk-in bidding event in Dubai, the RPSG paid about 7,090 crore Indian rupees, that is approximately $940 million to buy the Lucknow franchise, while CVC, a private equity fund, brought the Ahmedabad franchise for a whopping 5,625 crore rupees. That is approximately $750 million. The RPSG bid was about 250% more than the BCCI's base price for 2,000 crore rupees. And the corresponding figure for CVC was over 160%. The bids enclosed in a sealed envelope after a lengthy technical evaluation process. The entire process was now overseen by the IPL Governing Council as well as the BCCI top brass led by the board president himself, Saurav Ganguly, Secretary Jay Shah, Treasurer that is Arun Dhumal, Vice President Rajiv Shukla and Joint Secretary Jayesh George. In a BCCI media release on Monday, Ganguly has now said that it was heartening to see two new teams being added to the IPL roster at such a high valuation, and it reiterates the cricketing and financial strength of our cricket ecosystem.
This is a big brand, and we're extremely happy that Indian cricket is going forward. That is what is important for us. Whoever wins it, as you said, congratulations to Sanjeev and the CVC group for being the number 1 and number 2. But we look at Indian cricket, and that's what our job is. The more Indian cricket prospers, the better it is.
Meanwhile, the new franchises will now need to pay out the entire amount over a 10-year period to ensure that the owners have a solid foundation. The BCCI has also put stringent norms in place in this bid document as well. A bidder needed to have a turnover of at least 3,000 crore rupees per year over the last 3 years. Measured in terms of net asset value, this number was pegged at 2,500 crore rupees per year over the last 3 years as well. Now, apart from Ahmedabad and Lucknow, the other cities shortlisted by the IPL in the bid document were Cuttack, Dharamshala, Guwahati and Indore. Bidders were now permitted to pick more than one city but would also get the rights to own such one or just one franchise. Well, along with Lucknow, RPGS was also putting bids for Ahmedabad and Indore. While it put the same price of 7,090 crore rupees for Lucknow and Ahmedabad, it bid at about 4,790 crore rupees for Indore. While CVC picked Ahmedabad and Lucknow, and its bid for the latter was about 5,166 crore rupees. Significantly, the minimum bid price raised by all 9 bidders was over 4,000 crore rupees. To put these numbers into perspective now, the most expensive bid in the opening season of the IPL was of the Mumbai franchise, which was acquired at a price of $111.9 million. 2 years later, when the BCCI invited applications for a new team, the Kochi Tuskers deal was done at $333.3 million. The 2015 IPL champion Sunrisers Hyderabad was bought by the Sun Group in 2012 at the price of $150 million. Comparatively, the $940 million winning bid for Lucknow franchise is marking a nearly 600% increase in the bid from that for the Sunrisers Hyderabad now. Not just this, but the telecast rights for IPL has also witnessed a massive surge. Between 2009 and 2017, the value of the annual telecast rights for the T20 tournament soared by 260%, while Sony paid 911 crore rupees annually between 2009 and 17. At present, telecast rights are with Star Sports, which has now acquired at a fee of rupees 3,270 crore rupees annually. With the inclusion of 2 new franchises, reports now suggest that the BCCI could earn up to $5 billion for the next 5-year cycle, which is between 2023 and 2027. The combined winning bid of $1.6 billion is approximately equal to the net worth of EPL team West Ham United and more than the net worth of the NBA team Cleveland Cavaliers. The winners aside, among the bidders to eventually put their hat in the ring were Lancer Capital, who owned Manchester United Football Club, Ahmedabad-based Indian infra biggie that is Adani Group, Torrent Pharma, Kotak Group, All Cargo Logistics, Capri Global and Hindustan Media Ventures Limited as well. The Adani Group was the 3rd highest bidder among the final 9, listing the same price of 5,100 crore rupees for Ahmedabad and Lucknow as well. The bidding was IPL franchises garnered foreign attention as well. The auction witnessed the partnership of Glazer Group, which owns EPL giants Manchester United and the NFL side Tampa Bay as well, who made a bid through their company Championship Cricket. The ITT, that is Invitation to Tender process, included 2 interested bidders from outside India, which strongly emphasizes the global appeal of IPL as a sports property. BCCI President Saurav Ganguly said this.
All the money goes back to Indian cricket. We all do honorary jobs, so it goes back to Indian cricket, and that's what we are here for. We want Indian cricket to go forward, and it has gone a long way forward in the few years. This is the 14th season of IPL, and the brand has grown.
This is the 2nd stint in the IPL for RPSG, who earlier ran the Pune-based Rising Pune Giants in 2016 and 2017, when Chennai Super Kings and Rajasthan Royals served a 2-year suspension in the aftermath of the 2013 IPL corruption scandal. Now, the CVC, meanwhile, are an international conglomerate with offices throughout Europe, Asia and America. They were the one of the, if not the private equity firms to invest heavily in sport. They had a controlling stake and ran Formula One for close to a decade until 2016, while recently they took a minority stake in La Liga as well, the top-flight Spanish football league. This is the 2nd time the CVC were also looking to run a team in the IPL, having failed to acquire a stake in the Delhi franchise in 2018, which went to Jindal Southwest. CVC's Ahmedabad home will be the world's largest cricketing stadium, the Narendra Modi Stadium, which has an advertised capacity of over 132,000 people, while Lucknow's home games will be held at Atal Bihari Vajpayee Ekana Cricket Stadium. The amount of money is something that is never heard of. For example, when IPL was introduced in 2008, Mumbai Indians had bid successfully for the Mumbai franchise for $112 million, which was about 480 crore rupees back then. The monetary value associated with the brand IPL will now make it stand in the leagues of football and NBA leagues in the world. Let's start with the original 8 franchises sold in 2008. BCCI earned approximately 2,900 crore rupees from the sale of those teams 14 years ago. Mumbai Indian was the costliest at 111.9 million US dollars, and Rajasthan Royals was cheapest at 67 million US dollars. So with 2 new teams getting added to the tournament now, IPL shall see the format being altered from the traditional IPL format to the one that was witnessed in IPL 2011. So what are the changes to the traditional IPL format? Let's take a look. 10 teams and old format. We all are already familiar with the 8 crore teams in IPL, which comprise of Chennai Super Kings, Delhi Capitals, Kolkata Knight Riders, Mumbai Indians, Punjab Kings, Rajasthan Royals, Royal Challengers Bangalore and Sunrisers Hyderabad. Now we have 2 more teams for Ahmedabad and Lucknow. IPL 2022's new format, and according to that, the new format will have 10 teams that will be randomly divided into 2 groups of 5 teams each. This will be done via a random draw. This until the schedule is prepared, no one shall really know which team belongs to which group. Overall, the IPL 2022 shall see a total of 70 group stage matches and 4 playoff matches. And each team will also play 7 at home and 7 away games. Given the non-adoption of traditional IPL format, there is a reduction in 20 matches, thus reducing the tournament duration by almost 2 to 3 weeks now. This will not be the first time when 10 teams will compete in the IPL. The tournament had 10 teams playing in the 2011 edition, as well as the Pune Warriors and Kochi Tuskers Kerala had joined the 8 original teams. The 2022 season will also have 10 teams locking horns for the coveted trophy instead of 8 now. Notably, the IPL 2022 will be preceded by a mega auction, and the BCCI is yet to officially announce the retention rules. However, now with the addition of the 2 new teams, the mega auction will certainly have a new format. While the rules of retention are yet to be announced, the IPL governing body would certainly make sure that the 2 new teams have enough top players in the pool to build their teams together. Another interesting thing to look out for would be the fact that who will really captain these new sides. The captains will have to be available in the players' pool in order to get selected by the new teams. Whatever happens in the IPL 2022 mega auctions, fans certainly are sure to get entertained during the next 6 months leading up to the IPL 2022, which starts in March.